People Daily says that 2.1 billion shillings for schools cut. This is what's on the front page. It says that sagging under heavy weight of debt and bloated wage bill, Ruto's administration makes painful and drastic budget cuts in key ministries, including education. That's the story on the front page of the People Daily. But most importantly, we have got them here on the front page.
The three men.
The three men. We call them three wise men. I mean, it's that's now what's trending out. The three wise men.
The pillars of East Africa.
There you have it. We have got two Kenyans, Kenya One, and Raila Odinga, and of course the Mzee himself, Museveni. Yeah. And of course the meeting is because of the AUC chairperson seat that Raila Odinga is gunning for. Yeah. So Uganda is an integral part of this bargain system. So either way, they had to meet. And you see now, the meeting is courtesy of Museveni. What went through your mind when you saw these three gentlemen? And of course, the pictures went, viral around 6, 7 thereabout in the evening. Yeah. So everyone went to bed with so many things running through your mind and waking up with another thing. What do you make of this picture?
I think it unifies the East African region.
Yes.
Because Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, those are nations that have a very key role to play when it comes to who says what in East Africa. Yes.
Yes.
So when they meet and they are having an agenda, it's very important that as Kenyans we realize the unity. The unity and the commitment to push one of us to the African Union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Museveni, he was proven not to be a hard nut to crack in as far as this is concerned. So the two gentlemen had to approach him because his vote is quite important as well.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. Museveni has been, we've had some history about him, which is not so good when it comes to issues to do with democracy. However, when you meet him, he's one person who can give you a vote and not just a vote.
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so on the front page of the People Daily here, 2.1 billion shillings for schools cut. That is what's making the splash. At least there is some, it's not so good. Sagging under heavy weight of what have you. The ministry had to make some drastic changes in the budget cuts. This most likely is going to affect education system.
True.
Yeah.
I think the government is doing less when it comes to investing in education, which is basically what will drive the future generations in our country.
Yeah.
So when you get a budget cut off, it simply tells us that we are doing very badly. Yes.
Some case of impunity here. Before I come to another story, there is a story here of untouchable rogue city driver. The story here of this driver here. His name is Paul Kiere. Bypass Transsaco driver Paul Kiere is spotted ushering passengers onto his matatu. He is accused, according to police officers at Spring Valley Police Station, who claim that they have been unable to track him since July 2022. After, while driving another matatu belonging to Trans World Sacco, he knocked down and seriously injured a mother who ended up spending months in ICU.
Yes.
Police are not able to track him, but the media is able to track him.
And that's why I say the media should be taking the work of the police in tracking people. Because how do you fail to track a driver where yet the vehicle is registered, the route is known, the route the SACCO has its officials.
Yes.
How do you fail to track him?
To track him. This is what it is. What the president's daughter desires. All right, Rishalin, and of course with the televangelist Benny Hinn last weekend at the Nyayo Stadium. What the president's daughter desires. You can take a look at that story on page 12. Allow me to leave it at that. Okay, moving forward, we all know social media. And moving on to the front page of the Standard newspaper, the drugs disaster. This is what we have on the front page of the Standard newspaper here. The drugs disaster. Data from government reveals the war against drug and alcohol abuse is far from over. The risk of youth getting trapped in the addictions is more real than many have imagined. From the figures Deputy President ought to take fight to the coast and Nairobi, not just his central Kenya backyard. I mean, for how long? For how long?
I think I think the regulations on drugs are set. However, those responsible for ensuring that drugs don't engulf our youths are sleeping. Because even when you go to the village, the chiefs in the village are not able to regulate the illicit brew, which is illegal. And that only tells you how far as a country we need to go in ensuring that we bring down the drugs menace. Yes.
From an intellectual point of view, what is an illicit brew?
It is illicit.
It is illicit.
It is illegal. It is not wanted. It is not fit for human consumption. And that is what the government needs to look at. If the government is not able to regulate the production of that product, then we are in trouble. Yeah, we are in trouble. Yes.
And there are some figures here. If you can look, the national rate is at 2.5%. We have got 4.8%. Taking a look at what we really have in different categories. You can take a look at, we have got different figures. And now there's a conference happening currently in Mombasa on the fight against drug menace, mostly in the coast region. And there you have it. Hustlers raise concerns over new health scheme. The non-salaried workers wonder what tool will be used to determine how they need to contribute to the scheme. That has been pushed to 30th of June under the new scheme. Every Kenyan shall apply to the new health scheme by June 30th, while deductions shall commence on 1st of July. And now, some of the statistics is that salaried people shall remit pay of 2.75% of their gross pay to the scheme, contributing to be made monthly, while self-income earners shall pay an annual contribution capped at 2.75%. How about any person above 25 years will be able to pay the scheme regardless of if they are income earners or not? That is what we have here. So, yeah, this has faced a lot of, some court battles, but now here we are now.
That is insane. That is insane. How do you expect a person who does not have an income to pay?
Yeah.
How do they pay? Yet they don't have money. They are not earning. They are struggling to survive. So I think we are not practical when putting some laws into place as a government.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's head over and see what's happening on the front page of the Daily Nation. On the Daily Nation, this is what you have. Budget graft, this is it. Budget graft on the front page of the Daily Nation. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta said the government loses 2 billion shillings daily to theft. And now on the front page, the scandal is that the country already living beyond its means. Watchdog reports have continued to lay bare wanton wastage of brazen looting over the years, as unscrupulous officials collude to inflate national and county budgets with monies earmarked to be stolen, enriching a few elite and burdening a majority of Kenyans with punitive taxes. This is what you have here. You can take a look at what's on the highlight of this particular headline. 3.35 billion shillings in terms of amount paid to non-existent staffers in counties between 2013 and 2022. 35 billion shillings. What about 5.7 billion shillings? Billions lost annually goes to workers by the national government, and 1.4 billion shillings amount paid in commitment fees on undrawn government loans. And lastly, 1.5 billion shillings amount by which salaried of state officers paid through the consolidated fund services were inflated.